Hi, friends. So, after reading the book of Daniel, I was really encouraged and really inspired, not just by the way that he lived his life, but the way that he honored and gratified his temple for the Lord. And I think that nowadays, our temple worship for the Lord can often get clouded by our idolization of our temple. And what I mean by this is the Daniel fast, right? The Daniel fast is emphasized within the first portion specifically of the book of Daniel, when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, along with Daniel, all say to King Nebuchadnezzar that they're not going to eat the pagan food that doesn't go along and align with their beliefs for the Jewish traditions. And so they're going to stick with the vegetables, and that's all they're going to eat for the first 10 days. And if their bodies align with everything, then that's what they're going to continue. And if King Nebuchadnezzar says, okay, let's do it, then that's what they're going to do. So great, everything works out. A lot of times I see, and I ask my students that are doing the Daniel fast, why? Why do you feel like the Lord's calling you to do the Daniel fast? And I think majority of the time, they're going to respond with, well, I just need to eat better, and I feel like this is a good kickstart to do so. Great. I am a full advocate for eating better, working out, doing all the things that you can do to worship and honor your temple that the Lord has given you. He's the potter, you are the clay. But with society and culture today, this judgment can often get clouded. And so it doesn't become living for the Lord's standards, it becomes living for society standards. And so you feel like you have to do the Daniel fast just so you can align your beliefs with the will of not God, but with society. And so the Daniel fast is something that really stuck out to me within the book of Daniel, seeing how we can take something that's biblical and rooted in scripture, but yet we manipulate it and conform it to the beliefs of society. And so as I was reading through the Daniel fast, I was really encouraged, because why is it that we see our temples as a temple given to us from God, but yet we neglect to honor our temples as a God-given source? And so reading through the book of Daniel was just a true encouragement to me to just not keep exercising and eating right, not to go out and do the Daniel fast, which I'm not gonna lie, I should probably do that one day, but I need to have clearer standards in my mind that don't align with what social media says. And as a female in ministry, that can be hard too sometimes, because you can see other girls out there that you're just like, wow, I want to be her, right? You're idolizing her temple, her wisdom, her stature. And so it's not that I disagree with it in any source of the way, but I need to have a better viewpoint to stick up for myself and my beliefs within what the book of Daniel says. And so another thing that stuck out to me was honestly just the fact of how Daniel was true to who he was, no matter the face of adversity, because he knew if others saw the light of Christ in him, that's all that they needed. King Nebuchadnezzar, fully against God, until he saw them in the fire, in the furnace, and he was like, wow, the God of Israel saves. He saw another in the fire, an angel, maybe Jesus, maybe God. He just knew that it was the Lord protecting them in the fire. What would it be like for me as someone who lives with an unbeliever? How could I act out my faith? How could I show that I'm honoring my temple, I'm honoring my words, I'm honoring my actions through the Lord? How can I show him the light of Christ by how I act? And so the book of Daniel was just truly encouraging, truly inspiring. I know that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, but how can I demonstrate that to others? How can I take the faith and courage of Daniel and act it out in my own life? And so walking away from reading the book of Daniel, I'm encouraged not just to show my light to those within my house, even within the boundaries of my own discomforts and my own ups and downs of every day when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, ugh, so groggy. But also, how can I show my students that I'm honoring my temple, the temple from the Lord, in a way that honors Him, rather than idolizing my temple in a way that honors our culture and our society? So I hope that you guys take away something great from this. If not, I would love to hear what your takeaway was.